Somerset Berkley Regional High School for tonight's South Coast Conference boys basketball game between the visiting Old Rochester Bulldogs and our very own Somerset Berkley Raiders. Tonight's senior night, and as is tradition, we would like to take a moment and recognize our senior athletes and parents for their contribution and dedication to the Somerset Berkley Regional High School boys basketball program over the years. Before we announce our Somerset Berkley seniors, we would like to take a moment to recognize the Old Rochester seniors. Old Rochester boys basketball seniors, please stand so you can be recognized by our Somerset Berkley fans. Fans, it's now time to introduce our Somerset Berkley senior members. Our first senior is number 33, Kyle Hamlin. Fans, let's hear another round of applause for Kyle Hamlin. Our next senior member is number 10, Owen Lambert. After graduation, Owen plans to attend college to study business. Fans, one more round of applause for Owen Lambert. Our next senior member is number 5, Nick Tinkham. Nick is joined by Bradley and Rachel Tinkham. After graduation, Nick plans to attend college. Let's give it up for Nick Tinkham. Our next senior member is number 12, Caden Ray. After graduation, Caden plans to attend college to study business. Let's hear another hand for Caden Rader. And our final senior member is team captain, number 13, Dominic Taylor. After graduation, Dom plans to continue to play basketball. Senior families, please make your way to center court for one group photo. Fans, let's hear one more round of applause for the 5 senior members of this year's Somerset Berkley Regional High School boys basketball team.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome in once again to the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia, along with you for a night that has multiple storylines. Once again, Carter, it's senior night for the SB basketball team, but also Dom Taylor sits only 2 points away from 1,000. And there's more to that storyline too, even.
Yeah, for sure, John, and a lot at stake here tonight. Obviously, like you said, Dom Taylor at 998. Also, a year ago, we broadcasted the game that Brendan McDonald broke 1,000 points. So definitely a special night here, and hopefully Dom can break it early so we can get a nice call there as well.
We saw Taylor and McDonald both be big parts of a state championship run last season for Somerset Berkley, and tonight Taylor gets to take the spotlight in a moment that should live on in history. But for now, we head down to the court for player introductions and the national anthem. We'll be right back here on Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, and Blue Raider Studios. Don't go anywhere.
Fans, good evening and welcome to Somerset Berkley Regional High School for tonight's South Coast Conference boys basketball game between the visiting Old Rochester Bulldogs and our very own Somerset Berkley Raiders. Fans, it's now time for the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Old Rochester. At forward, a freshman, number 23, Logan Susie. At guard, a junior, number 4, Grady Oliveira. At forward, a junior, number 5, Hunter Horsey. At forward, a senior captain, number 2, Noah Burrell. And at guard, a senior captain, number 10, Brody Hiles. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Steve Carvalho. He's assisted by Ryan Rodriguez and Chris Cade. And now let's meet our Somerset Berkley Raiders. Starting five. At forward, senior number 5, Nick Tingo. At guard, senior number 10, Owen Lambert. At forward, senior number 12, Caden Rayu. At forward, senior number 33, Kyle Hamlin. At guard, senior and team captain number 13, Dominic Taylor. He's assisted by Austin Campos, Sam Duford, Mason Medeiros. And now fans, at this time, if you are able, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, which will be performed tonight by Somerset Berkley Jr., Harry Wilkinson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And Carter, I feel like in pregame, as we return here inside the vet, I didn't do enough justice in talking about how many storylines there are going to be for this game tonight. Not only is it senior night for the Raiders, not only are we about to see a record-setting situation for Dom Taylor, but also, Carter, this is a big SEC matchup for the Raiders. They're coming in with a even 5-5 record, playing an Old Rochester Bulldog team that's right near the top of the SEC. So this game has everything that you could ask for here on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, the pressure's on, John, from the students and from the records of both teams. Tonight should be a good one.
As we get into this one at center court, let's get the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Old Rochester Bulldogs, led by head coach Steve Carvalho, it'll be Noah Thorell, Grady Oliveira, Hunter Horsey, Brody Hiles, and Bowden Susi. As Taylor will win that tip and somehow come away with it before giving way to Lambert. It'll be Tinkham, Lambert, Rayum, Taylor, and Hamlet as the starting 5 for the Raiders. An all-senior starting 5 for first-year head coach Chris Mendes. Dom Taylor won't give on the first try. 9:98 it remains. Oliveira for Hiles. A nice pass down low. Susi back up top with a multi-sport athlete, Brody Hiles. Rayum gets a hand in there, and it'll be Raider ball. Foul called against Hiles.
Yeah, you gotta like the defense early from the Raiders being really aggressive, and it turned out to work there. It was a great steal there by Caden Rayum.
The kid they call Ray. And I'm sure one of Carter's favorite players on this team. You definitely were happy to see him when he was introduced during the senior night festivities pregame. Still scoreless. About a minute gone. Lambert for big Kyle Hamlet. He'll take the turn. Runs into a triple team. Has to give it up. Tinkham for Rayum. And now Lambert, baseline. Nice hop step outside. Tinkham, fake. Free throw line even and down for the first bucket of this one.
Wow, the ball movement there by the Raiders was impressive there. All seniors on the court and showing their experience with excellent ball movement and a great finish by Nick Tinkham.
Tinkham usually one of those players that you'll see later on in games coming in to hit shots, but right there, getting us started. Tinkham gets a hand in there, nearly caused the turnover. Hiles to scamper back and grab it. Brody Hiles going outside. Thorell on the drive, off glass, 4-2. Bulldogs coming out early with a quasi full court press. Trying to give the Raiders a bit of a taste of their own medicine. Dom Taylor. High off glass, and it ended up touching the top of the backboard, so out of bounds.
John, what would have been a cool way to score your 1,000th point if you hit it off the top of the backboard and it goes in, but unfortunately that's not how the rules go, but that would have been pretty cool.
That was probably the longest half second of Dom Taylor's life when he was contemplating whether that's going to go in. Hiles for Thorell, a nice swing to the near side, and a 3 will not go for Oliveira. Oliveira gets it back off the old board. Skips outside. Thorell, free throw line jumper. That won't go. Nice old board once more for Oliveira. Grady Oliveira trapped and fouled.
Somerset Berkley fouled number 12, Caden Rayum. His first on the team.
Fouls on Rayum. Hamlet out. And Dukran back in. Dukran gets a hand in there right away. Here comes Tinkham. Nick Tinkham back for Lambert. Bit strong on that floater.
Great rush there by the Raiders. Even though it didn't end up with a bucket, you got to respect Nick Tinkham's court vision there. They give it back to Lambert for the wide open shot.
Hiles for Horsey. Got fouled as he headed towards the bucket. First free throws of the game belong to Steve Carvalho's boys, and the 6'4" junior Hunter Horsey will shoot 2. And Horsey will miss the first. With a little bit of extra chirp from the Somerset Berkley student fan section, Rayum out, and Ryan Crook to step in. And missing both is Horsey. Dom Taylor tied up with Thorell. Foul will be against number 2 in black.
Looks like the student section got to the free throw shooter there a little bit. I mean, being loud as a student section can really help your team in a way that you never expect, especially on the free throw line.
Always good to enjoy the comforts of home. Raiders won both games this past week against Dartmouth. One was at home, one away. Dom Taylor! Mr. 1000! A moment in history. That's a core memory right there, Mr. Cato.
Yeah, definitely an impressive feat, John, to get 1,000 points in your high school basketball career in front of all this crowd, this huge crowd. It's something he'll cherish for the rest of his life.
1,001 points in the career of Dom Taylor. And with that out of the way, we're back to basketball. 5-2 Raiders. Just a couple minutes in, quarter one. Oliveira going down low. Susi underneath. Gets the roll. Tankum still out there, finding Lambert. Down low. Dukran. Got it.
Great job there by Aiden Dukran down low, taking the pressure and the size advantage he had on the player and put it up with a great reverse lay.
Ball is going to stay with Old Rochester. 27 on the shot clock. It goes straight in, and getting his shot blocked was Susi. Brook the other way. Raiders get set up on the perimeter. Ryan Crook, short. Brody Hiles, the rebound. Hiles for Oliveira, the step in three. You bet! Brady Oliveira's first bucket of the game, and it's a tray. Once again, we're even, 7-7.
Yeah, great job there by Old Rochester, taking the pressure no matter how much they felt adversity to start this quarter. They've came back and now tied the game 7-7.
Tankum fakes, takes. Can't make. Dom Taylor, the L board for Lambert. Now Dukran, the up and under.
Aiden Dukran off to a hot start here. That layup package is something I haven't seen in a long time in high school basketball, and it's impressive to see those reverse lays, and what a pass by Owen Lambert.
And once again, just like last time we were here at the vet, Dukran leading all scorers in the early going. Hiles for Thorell, baseline drive on Dukran. Going outside, Grady Oliveira for three. His second. Give him the game lead with 6.
Yeah, can't leave Oliveira open. That three ball he has when he's wide open is deadly, and great job there by Oliveira to take the shot with advantage.
Old Rochester now in the lead, 10-9. Taylor for Tinkham, swings it outside. Lambert fakes for Dukran, a three. Short, Don Taylor got it blocked. Crook has it, and now Tinkham. Fresh shot clock for the Raiders. Lambert fakes the drive and the finish.
Great job there by Owen Lambert. Those head fakes against defenders are really hard to guard, and he slips under the defender for a nice finger roll lay.
Hiles gives it up. Susi can't get it to go. A tough shooting effort to start for the big man down low for Old Rochester. Tinkham nearly having his pocket picked there by Horsey. Will give it up. Taylor for three. Got it!
Taylor off to a hot start. It doesn't seem any time he's shooting outside the arc, it goes in with a bang.
Hiles for Oliveira. This time he cannot convert. Under 90 seconds to play in the quarter. Lambert thinks about it twice. That would have been a bold decision. Dom Taylor on the drive, the step back midi. Got it to roll.
Dom Taylor going deep in his bag with the James Harden step back, and what a shot there by Dom Taylor, and he's off to a great start here in this one.
8 points for 13 in white. Under a minute to play in quarter one. Oliveira for Thurell. Steps inside the three-point line, throws it up top. Dukrin got a hand in there. Aiden Dukrin to the bucket. Last touch was by him as it went out. And the Raider faithful were looking for a foul call.
Ball kind of just got caught up in Dukrin's feet there. Really couldn't get full control, but you got to like the defensive prowess, reading the offense and seeing what they're doing and he had his hand in the passing lane for a nice steal.
Brody Hiles, the response. Ironically, his first bucket of the game. And his number partner Lambert giving way to Crook. Those two will exchange. Shot clock's off, Raiders have 10. Loro, who just checked in outside Crook for three. Yes! And the quarter comes to an end with the Raiders piling on a couple more buckets before the buzzer sounded. As we join you for the first time since the start, JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you up here on the walking track. Carter, a little bit of a slow go for both teams, but as the quarter came to an end, both offenses started to open up big time.
Yeah, for sure, John. And these are the two of the hottest teams in the SEC. A lot of scoring prowess between both teams, and congrats to Dom Taylor for breaking 1,000 points, especially on a deep three like that. That was an impressive shot.
Yeah, I do have to give my congratulations to Taylor as well. It's been a pleasure calling your games the last few years, so I hope this was as big of a moment for you as possible. And we're going to take a short break as we look towards quarter number 2. We'll be right back. Stay with us. 8 minutes back up on the clock. That's 8 minutes until halftime here at the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia with you. And a nice peace sign down there from Gabe Gonzalez. Gotta love the kid. I'm a big Somerset hockey guy. Love to see Gabe supporting another sports team this evening. Hiles, the Curry range three. A high arcer will fall.
Great job there by Brody Hiles. He's one of the best players on this old Rochester team, and he showed it there with a deep, high arcing three.
And his score total continues to climb. He's up to 5. Taylor, baseline drive, runs into a thicket, gives off Dukrin, can't finish. Ball skips out to Oliveira. Grady Oliveira bulldozing his way inside, and he'll go off glass.
It's just kind of weak defensive coverage there by the Raiders, allowing him to walk right inside and try not to draw a foul, but the defense became too lackadaisical when we walked right into the lane for the easy lay.
Lambert giving way to Dom Taylor, bobbing and weaving, going up and drawing the foul. Looks like it's going to be on Brendan Spinard. See if I'm correct, and I am.
Yeah, smart play there by Dom Taylor. Looking like he had no real space to get that shot off. He uses the big man to draw a foul.
And he is a big man indeed. By far the tallest guy on either roster. 6'6" is Brendan Spinard, and Dom Taylor will make the first. As he nears double digits in points already in this one. And yet another performance that just shows us why he got those Let's Go Dom chants when he was being honored for 1,000. Give him both free throws and give him 10 points on the evening. Nice double team by the Raiders. Somehow they'll get it up to Berry. And now Hiles. Back for Henry Berry. He'll drive on Morrow. The dump off and 1.
Yeah, Spinard inside is just a huge matchup nightmare for the Raiders. 6'6", taller than any player on the Raiders team by quite a wide margin. So when he gets inside, the Raiders really have to find a way to stop him, because if he gets hot, it could be a long night for the Raiders.
Spinard can't complete the N1, but a no board and put back in. Horsey getting himself on the board after some early struggles. Laurel fakes and drives, a floater, won't go. Hiles the board. He's been skying for some of these defensive boards thus far for Old Rochester. Berry Swings it across. Oliveira inside for the big man, Spinard, giving it down low. A nice block from behind by Dukran to prevent Horsey from getting any more points.
Dukran, every time we see him on the court, seems he makes a great play, and that's just a great job there, recognizing that he's on the backside of the offensive player and steals the ball with ease.
Taylor, the spin, he'll win.
Dom Taylor's deep in his bag right now. Now with spin moves coming out, it could be a long night for the Bulldogs. They can't find a way to stop Dom Taylor.
And I gotta love the effort right there by Ryan Crook. Throwing the hand in there, trying to get Brendan Spinard caught off guard. Braden Kitchen checking in, he'll replace Owen Lambert. Inbound goes up top, Barry. And now the big man will take a three, but Spinard can't convert. Barry has the board for Oliveira. What a shot.
That's a huge shot there for Oliveira. That puts his team in front by 1 and kind of shifts the momentum towards the Bulldogs' way.
11 points for Grady Oliveira. He leads the Bulldogs. Crook for Loro. His three-pointer. Short. Rebound for Horsey. And now Oliveira once more. Going far side for Barry. Back for Oliveira. Thought about it. Now Barry will take it instead and hit it. Timeout for Chris Mendes, and the Bulldogs just got hot, Carter.
Yeah, as I said, John, you cannot let this Bulldogs team get hot. You've seen how the Raiders can start great, but then as the second and third quarter come around, they kind of start to dwindle in their scoring, and it looks like the Bulldogs are taking full advantage of that right now.
Carter Sylvia and I are going to take advantage of this timeout. We'll see you on the other side. 4:55 left in the half as we return out of the timeout. 27-23. Old Rochester has started to pack on the points, and Somerset Berkley is in need of a response. They've got Crook, Taylor, Kitchen, Dukran, and Rayoum out there as the 5. Dukran for Kitchen, he'll fake and drive. Braden Kitchen tried to dump it off for Taylor. He somehow got it, looks to put it up. Went off the bottom of the backboard and off Dom. It's out of bounds.
Yeah, looked like there Dom kind of misread the defensive coverage. He had Rayoum on his backside wide open, and when Rayoum gets that ball, you know most of the time it's going to go in.
Oliveira, Barry, Thorell, Horsey, and the big man Brendan Spinard, and Spinard finding Horsey. He can't finish. But that's the Old Rochester 5 right now as we look into the final 4 minutes before halftime. Kitchen for 3. Strong. Dom Taylor skying for the board. He beat Horsey to it. Taylor for Crook. And 1!
Ryan Crook off the great battle by Dom Taylor on the boards, and that's just great by Dom Taylor and also by Ryan Crook to take the contact and land the and 1.
A big bucket for a somewhat little guy. Spinard's gonna have to take a seat. He's got 2. And Crook will make free throw 2. Oliveira scanning the floor. Raiders going into his zone here. Thorell back for Grady Oliveira to the near side. Barry another 3. He got it. Henry Barry. He's made a couple of those now, Carter.
Yeah, Barry's been very good here to start, but it seems like whatever the Raiders do, when they get a positive offensive possession and get a bucket, Old Rochester comes back with even more fire on the back end.
It's another big SCC bout tonight, and Crook with another big finish.
Ryan Crook over 3 Old Rochester defenders, and what a nice floater there by Ryan Crook.
Horsey starts the swing. Oliveira, mid-range, strong. Don Taylor tipped it out. So Old Rochester will get a fresh shot clock with 3 minutes left. Oliveira for Thorell, slashing inside, back for Horsey. Horsey glued to by Taylor, goes for the and one finish. He can't get it, but he will get 2 free throws out of it.
Yeah, Horsey, great drive inside, using a little bit of agility, a little bit of strength, a little bit of all aspects of basketball in that drive to the rim, and he nearly made the finger roll and one, but did not get it.
Hunter Horsey only has 2 points in this one, and that will continue to be the case. A very spread out scoring effort by both squads thus far in this one. Horsey looking to salvage at least one. He cannot. So 2 points for him it will remain, and the Raiders come up the floor with Ryan Crook crossing half court. Kitchen trading with his point guard. And now Lambert for Dukran. Hayden Dukran, the drive, nowhere to go. Tried to go outside, it got tipped out of bounds by Brody Hiles. Only 15 on the shot clock for the Raiders to work with. Inbound goes to Taylor, back for Crook, another corner 3. Yes, sir!
Great little inbound play by Taylor and Crook. Just short area passing, and that's what can really hurt you, is those little mistakes on defense can cost you a lot.
Almost end-to-end goes Oliveira there. Last touch was by Old Rochester. And the Raiders now in the lead by 1 with 2 to play. This game has just been a seesaw back and forth.
And that's what we come to expect each and every year between these two teams. It's always back and forth scoring, especially when you see Old Rochester and Somerset, who've been in D4, who've been in division championships, state championships, and Final Fours each and every year.
Dukran going to work on his number partner. Can't win that battle. Defensive board for Berry. Berry for Hiles. Slashing, Hiles back for Berry. Can he do it again? He cannot. Lambert speeding the other way, end to end. Bit too much force. 90 seconds to play in the half. Raiders still up by 1, 31-30. Hiles for Brady Oliveira. That was a bit of a heat check for Oliveira, and he didn't pass the test there.
Gosh. Now it's kind of been a stalemate between the two teams. Not a lot of scoring here in the past minute 30.
A game that, coming in on paper, a 10-5 Old Rochester team versus an 8-6 Raider team, didn't seem like it would be like this, but right now about as evenly matched as you could ask for. And depending on how things go, Carter, this could end up being a statement game for Somerset Berkley. Even now, they're competing with one of the top dogs in the SCC, so that's always a good sign. Lambert can't convert.
And to back on what you said there, John, for sure, if the Raiders can pull out a win here, this is huge for placement in the SCC and the state tournament.
Hiles giving way to Grady Oliveira. The swing, near corner, and a 3. Bowden Susi, give him 5.
Great shot there by Susi, who's also been really good in the shooting department here today, and he showed it there with a nice corner 3.
Taylor bashing his way toward the bucket. He'll draw the foul with the miss.
Yeah, Dom Taylor's presence inside has been really well known here to start. Really just drawing a lot of fouls, because if you leave him any type of space, he'll put it up and make it.
The senior captain will make the first, putting up his total to 13 on the night. In a back and forth affair, Dom Taylor continuing to set himself apart from the rest. Give him both free throws. 33 all, shot clock's off. Bulldogs have the rest if they want it. Hiles had a cutter, goes to the corner. Unable to convert that time is Susi. 5 seconds. Crook. Got it! And as we head into halftime, a huge momentum booster out of the hands of Ryan Crook. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia back with you. And Carter, Ryan Crook having an excellent game tonight, despite having to go toe-to-toe for Dom Taylor for leading scorer.
Yeah, for sure, John. And that's back-to-back games with Ryan Crook with a buzzer beater at halftime. He also did it at DR. And that was a really impressive shot, as he usually does.
And if you're Steve Carvalho, your team's ahead of Somerset Berkley in the standings. I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say in the locker room during halftime.
Yeah, he's a very experienced coach. He's been in these situations many times, especially with Somerset Berkley. So he's definitely going to know what to say to his team here in the locker room.
We'll give these two squads a chance to deliberate, and we'll see you in half number 2 here on Somerset Access TV, Berkeley Community Access TV, and Blue Raider Studios.
All right, come on over on this side over here. All right, pick 2 of your friends to come help rebound for you, all right? Pick 2 of your friends to help out. All right, we got Evan and Gavin helping you out on rebounding. All right, we got 75 seconds on the clock. You got to hit a layup, free throw, 3-pointer, and a half-court shot. You hit all 4, you're going to win a free jersey Mike sub. Miss Monaco's on the shot clock. You may begin whenever you're ready. Here we go. That's 1. Free throws next. Free throws next.
You're thinking too much about it.
Come on, Tommy. Probably get 3 or 4 more shots up. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. 5, get 2 more, 2 more. We got time for 2 more. Oh! 1 more, get it up, quick, quick, quick. This is the last one. Fans, give him 1 more round of applause. 1 more round of applause. All right, I think we got time for 1 more. Let's do 1 more. Who wants it? No, I'm not doing it. Colin, you want to do it? All right, we got to do this quickly. The teams are going to be coming out soon. Let's mix it up a little bit. We'll give you 2 shots at half court because I don't think we have time for 75 seconds. You get 2 chances at half court. Half court, not a layup. You play basketball, you know the rules. 2 chances for half court. 2 chances for a free sub. 1 more. 1 last shot. Cheer him on. Cheer him on. And that almost made 1 too. All right, fans, let's welcome our Somerset Berkley Raiders back out onto the court for the second half.
Second half set to get going as we rejoin you up here on the walking track inside the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium. JJ Sylvia, Carter Sylvia along with you. A 36-33 lead for Somerset Berkley, propelled by a late 3-pointer by Ryan Crook that tied him for the team lead with Dom Taylor in the first half. Both of them had 14 points to pace Somerset Berkley. Grady Oliveira leading the way with 11 for Old Rochester. Dom Taylor will add to his total.
And an early start in the second half for Dom Taylor as he puts up the easy lay with contact.
Hiles thought about a 3, didn't realize Dom Taylor was right beside him until he almost took it. Now Thorell, wide left, battle for it underneath. Looking like it'll be a call against the Raiders. Chris Mendes is not too sure about that one. Foul's going to be on Dukran. Inbound goes to Thorell. He'll get a second chance. Can't make that one either. Taylor the board, Crook the push, and now Laurel on the drive. Won't get the roll. Rebound for Horsey. And now Thorell cuts across half court for Oliveira. Short on the 3. Last touch was by Bowden Susi. Susi and Henry Berry, the 2 other top scorers in that first half. For Old Rochester, Susi had 5, Berry had 6. As that one tipped out of bounds. Raiders will have the ball. Graham giving way to Ryan Crook, the hero of half 1. Laura for Caden Rayoum, the step back, can't shake Thorell. Rayoum, the spin cycle, trapped, goes out for Crook, another, strong. Dom Taylor, the board and put back.
Great job by Dom Taylor. The combination of Aiden Dukran both going up for that rebound, and Dom Taylor walking to the lane with wide open.
Let's see if the Bulldogs can respond to stave off a big Raiders onslaught. Hiles for 3. Won't roll. Laura has it, and now Rayoum. Caden Rayoum behind the back for Taylor. Got it!
Dom Taylor from Curry range here tonight, and that puts the Raiders up 10, and Dom Taylor's really shifted the momentum towards the Raiders here in the second half.
Susi can't respond. Oliveira can't either. Hiles winning the race against Dukran for that one. Now Thorell. Back for Brody Hiles. Raiders now switching more of a man-to-man as Rayoum got his hand in there. He knocked it out of bounds. We've seen a little bit of a split between man-to-man and zone tonight from Chris Mendes and the Raiders, Carter. I think that's a good strategy from what we've seen in terms of the offensive switching, and talking about a switch there, a big swish from Grady Oliveira. He's got 14 now.
Yeah, it does bring a lot of risk, John, especially on the switches. It's tough to always keep a top of the arc and below the arc covered at all times, but it definitely brings a lot of confusion towards the offense.
Raum coming up short. Henry Berry has it for Black. Grady Oliveira got stripped. Morrow up the floor, Raum. Caden Raum traveled. He was second guessing whether to feed it up the floor, had a cutter heading toward the basket. Just too much indecisiveness there from 12.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about on that play right there. You have many options. You can stop and turn and wait for support, or you can try and feed that risky pass through.
A risky pass there, intercepted by Crook. Crook, the bounce pass for Kitchen. Braden Kitchen waits and finishes with Barry behind him.
Great hesitation by Braden Kitchen. He's been an impact player the past couple games for the Raiders, and he showed it there.
Steve Carvalho barking orders from his bench. Underneath it, Susi can't finish the first try, and the second isn't any more successful. Under 5 to play in quarter 3. Dom Taylor gets Hiles in the air and drives for the and one.
Dom Taylor. All we can talk about is how good he is, and he.
Bulldogs foul number 4, Grady Oliveira, his first on the team. Timeout, Old Rochester.
And as Crook gets help to his feet, we have a timeout. Old Rochester. Crook's going to have a quick word with the officials. Carter Sylvia and I will have a quick word during this short break. 4:17 to go in quarter 3 as we return. And free throws on the way for Dom Taylor, or should I say a free throw, as he tries to complete the and one. "24 points for Dom Taylor. Yet another stellar effort. Hiles has Taylor glued to him for Horsey. The spin going down low, couldn't make the connection with Susi, gets knocked out by a Raider.
Great job there by Brandon Kitchen to have his hands in the lane against a bigger offensive player, despite the size mismatch. Great play there by Brandon Kitchen.
Underneath, it's Horsey, the up and under.
Horsey just using his big body to his advantage inside with the reverse leg.
Raiders break the press. Kitchen trying to stay in front of the half-court line. He does. Now back for Crook. Ryan Crook, who's had himself a big game, gives to Kitchen. Comes up a bit wide right. Got it back on the steal. Kitchen looking to get it up for Dom Taylor. Kick ball is the call.
Great job there by Braden Kitchen once again. Even though he missed the shot, he grabbed his own rebound and forced the Raiders to have another offensive possession.
Now Bowden Susi going to head to the bench. Brendan Spinard, one of the captains for Old Rochester, stepping back in. Let's remember, though, Spinard does already have 2 fouls, so we'll keep an eye on that. Taylor with Oliveira on him. The spin. Nowhere to go, gives it Dom Lowe. Dukrin with the finish.
Great job there between Dom Taylor and Aiden Dukrin, two of the best players for the Raiders here today, and great ball movement by the two of them.
12-point Raider lead. Taylor lost it underneath them, battled for by Oliveira and Dukrin. Jump ball call, possession arrow favoring Old Rochester. A 12-point Somerset Berkley lead, 50-38. Again, Carter, just a shocking outcome thus far for Old Rochester, coming in 10-5, 8-3 in the SCC. I'm sure they had much different expectations of what was going to come against the 8-6, 5-5 Raiders tonight.
Yeah, for sure, John. And
Hunter Horsey, it's the and one.
John, it doesn't look like Old Rochester's backing down without a fight. With this and one conversion, they bring down the lead to single digits.
Right now, a 50 to 40, 10-point game. Horsey can have something to say about that if he can make this free throw. And despite the hoots from the Raider student fan section, Horsey will make it. 9-point Raider lead. Rayoum swings it. Crook another three. Won't go on the high arcer. Back to Old Rochester ball. So Dom Taylor, who averages right around 20 points per night, already with 24 tonight. Last time we were here, he had 32. Dukran fired up after getting that board. Now Taylor wide open. Won't go. Hiles looking to calm the temperature. Swings it around. Berry driving, popping. Won't go, but he got fouled.
Old Rochester really tightening up on the defensive end well here to end this we come to an end in this third quarter. Also, the Raiders are tightening up on defense as well, as with a great block there by Caden Rayoum just earlier. But as this fourth quarter comes along, it's going to be a tight one, John.
And the Rowdy Raiders will get in the head of Henry Berry that time. Berry will look to salvage at least one. And he will not for the moment, but then a push called. It's going to be on Dom Taylor.
Interesting call there, John. We don't usually see a push off a free throw like that, really ever, and especially on a player like Dom Taylor.
Berry back on the bench. Thorell back in the game for Steve Carvalho's squad. Hiles looking for a passing lane, gets it to Oliveira. Oliveira back for Hiles to the corner. Thorell, he'll drive baseline, kicking, back up top. Oliveira coming up short.
Great close out there by number 0 in white, Braden Kitchen.
Raiders stiffening up defensively. Now they got to light it up offensively. Taylor blocked by Spinard, and he'll push the floor. Hiles, the Euro, back for Horsey. He lost it. Duprin has it. Now Kitchen goes airborne to catch it, gives it to Taylor, and now Rayoum. And Chris Mendes will call a timeout. Carter Sylvia and I will stay with you for this one. Carter, we can tell already with this third quarter coming to an end, and as we start to look towards the fourth quarter, this is going to be a barn burner right down to the wire.
Yeah, John, for sure. I mean, it's exactly what I said just a couple minutes earlier. It's going to be a barn burner till the end of this game, and it's going to be a wild one as Dom Taylor's been really hot. Horsey's starting to pick up for the Bulldogs, and also Spinard on the defensive side of the ball is really impressive to watch here.
Spinard has been able to stay out of foul trouble for the most part since jumping back in the game. He was benched earlier on in this one for getting into that early 2-foul situation, but he has the ability to get on the scoreboard, only has 2 points. So I'll be looking for him, if I'm Steve Carvalho, to contribute offensively and defensively throughout the rest of this one. His size could play a big factor.
Especially, yeah. I mean, John, the Bulldogs definitely have the advantage in the size department over the Raiders, but the Raiders with their skill, speed, and also just smart decision-making with passing and shooting is the reason why they're up by 9 here in this game.
And I do want to note this as well, Carter. Ryan Crook has been held scoreless this entire second half. What do you think has changed in terms of how the Bulldogs are approaching him?
They've saw that he's been hot the past couple games with the tray ball, so definitely something that the Raiders need to find a way to get him scoring.
Rayoum couldn't get hot with the tray ball there. Horsey the rebound. Now Horsey for Thorell. Going back outside. Oliveira. He's got 17. Remaining the leading scorer by far for Old Rochester, and Braden Kitchen sees that one roll in and out. Dom Taylor skying, trying to get the board, got fouled.
Yeah, great job there by Dom Taylor. I recognize the play and see that shot wasn't going in, and draws the foul and gets to the line for 2.
And we were talking about the foul trouble for Spinard, Carter. That's number 3 for him. But with how competitive and gritty this game has been inside the paint, I don't think you can afford, if you're Steve Carvalho, to have Spinard on the bench for very long the rest of the way.
Yeah, for sure, John. And the Raiders have had this issue last game against DR where Dom Taylor fouled out in the final moments of the game, and the Raiders had a lead and ultimately lost that lead thanks to a Josh Reedy 40 ball. So the Raiders definitely know that they can try and go Spinard's way to draw fouls.
Raiders trying to restart a win streak after snapping that streak in Dighton the other night. Taylor will make the first. The win over Dartmouth, I'm sure, Carter, was a bit of a boost in terms of confidence for Somerset Berkley. Obviously, I'm sure they would have liked to have at least split the series this year with DR, but Josh Reedy, yet another strong performance in that big Friday night game, dropping, as you said earlier when we were talking, a 40 bomb.
Yeah, we were standing next to so our student section was right next to the away bench, so we got to hear everything that Coach Mendes was saying, and along with the players, so it was definitely a cool experience. And we also got to see a big celebration by Josh Reedy at the end after he knew they made the 11-point comeback win in the 4th quarter.
Raiders trying to prevent a comeback in tonight's 4th quarter as we look towards it, under 10 to play in the 3rd quarter. That one tipped out, last touch, looking like it was by Barry. Raiders will have 5 seconds before the end of the quarter. Into Kitchen, won't go. 2 seconds, Thoreau for Oliveira. Oh, almost from pretty much 75% of the court he'll miss, but by a smidge. And we'll head to the 4th and final quarter here at the Veterans Memorial Gymnasium. You are not going to want to turn off whatever TV, computer, cell phone you are watching this on, because this 4th quarter is going to be one for the books. Stay with us. The final 8 minutes have been put up on the clock. A 52-44 Somerset Berkley advantage, looking to hold on and grab a key South Coast Conference victory here at home. Old Rochester looking to add to their 10-win total with a comeback that would be resemblant of what Old Rochester saw Dighton Rehoboth do a few nights prior. Obviously, it'll be a bit more of a troubling task for the Bulldogs as opposed to the Falcons, because Old Rochester's playing on the road tonight. That one just over the hands of Hiles, gets to Crook. The bounce pass, Lambert got it.
There we go, Owen Lambert finally getting some points here in this second half. Been a slow start for him, but he's one of the commanders of this offense, and they wouldn't have the offense they had without Owen Lambert.
Brody Hiles giving it for Oliveira, coming up short, keeping it in is Susi. Hiles back for Grady Oliveira. He'll give and go with Hiles. Baseline drive and the float will roll.
Great job there by Hiles, using the floater to his advantage, and also with that size mismatch, he's able to put that floater with ease without much contest.
Give one of the 3 Bulldog captains 7 on the night, and he'll inbound here for Steve Carvalho's boys. Inbound goes to Barry, all the way up top. Now Oliveira uses the screen, now swings it. Barry, short. Dom Taylor trying to grab it. Barry comes away. Henry Barry for Oliveira, faking and driving into the lane. Can't get that 4th shot to go. And a travel will be called underneath against Bowden Susi.
A good break there for the Raiders defense there, but to start this fourth quarter, the Raiders have really been struggling on the defensive board, so Coach Mendes has to find a way to pick up defensive rebounds.
So you see the freshman getting a lot of playing time tonight. That one nearly taken by Hiles. It'll stay with Somerset Berkley. Lambert trapped, goes back for Crook. Nearly getting that stolen, and now Rayum. Yes! Hayden Rayum.
And for Caden Rayum finally getting on the board with the 3.
Now back up to an 11-point Raider lead. Hiles for Oliveira. Let's bring that lead back down just a bit. 20 points now for Grady Oliveira. Lambert tiptoeing on the sideline. Finding Dom Taylor. Won't go. Once more, it's Brody Hiles. Giving and going with Barry to the far side. Oliveira, another 3. Once again, he'll come up short. Dukran giving way to Rayum, and now Lambert. It's winning time here. Raiders got to make their shots. Rayum can't make. Thorell trying to come out of the thicket. Got fouled from behind by Dom Taylor.
Yeah, it's been kind of a slow start for the Raiders here in this quarter. Even though they made a couple threes, Old Rochester has responded in a big way. And this is going to be, as you said, John, as we said multiple times throughout this game, it's going to be a nail-biter to the end.
As we inch into the final 5, the Raiders cling to a near double-digit advantage. Susi won't get it to go off glass on a quasi-alley-oop from up top to down low, and here comes Ryan Crook across half court for the Raiders. Lambert off the feed from Taylor, finds Crook, cutting, back for Dukran, blocked. Susi got a hand in there, but Taylor got it back, count it! And the foul.
Dom Taylor inside. The no-give-up mentality, and even though Old Rochester got that defensive board, he swats it out and gets the n1.
Take Taylor's jersey number, multiply it by 2. That's how many he's got on the night. 26 on the heads of the Old Rochester Bulldogs. Spinard checking back in. And Taylor will complete the 3-point play. Now with 27 points in, we head into another timeout. 60-49 Raiders. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. 4 minutes and 39 seconds remain until we find out whether the Raiders or Bulldogs will emerge victorious tonight. And Nick Tinkham checking into the ball game. It'll be him, Crook, Dukran, Taylor, and Lambert as the 5 for the Raiders. Hiles, Oliveira, Spinard, Susi, and Horsey for Old Rochester. Spinard can't get it to go. Taylor keeps it in, and Tinkham has it. Raiders look to settle down the pace. They're up by 11, and Lambert will be fouled by Grady Oliveira, who's not happy about that call.
Great job there by Olin Lambert, dribbling on his weak hand and drawing the reach-in foul.
Spinard and Horsey will head to the bench. I'm not sure for very long at all. Lambert. The bounce pass for Dukran.
Olin Lambert, the offensive catalyst for this Raider side, and that's a great bounce pass and vision to Aiden Dukran.
Cross court. Henry Berry catching it on a jump. It goes back to the other side. Grady Oliveira continuing his cold spur here in the second half. He's been on and off. Lambert back for Tinkham. Nick Tinkham stops and gives to Dom Taylor. Raiders look to deal a dagger with 3.5 left. Crook for Dukran. And now Lambert. Great ball movement. Back down Taylor. Count it!
Wow, 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 John. That's all we can say about how this Raiders offense is moving right now. The fluidity has been impressive to watch. The passing into the zones, it's been really impressive, especially by Owen Lambert and Dom Taylor.
Give him another 30 burger. Dom Taylor cannot be stopped in his senior campaign. Hiles will be fouled by Taylor as he missed the 3. That should be 3 free throws. Also now the 3rd foul on Dom Taylor, Carter. So 3 minutes left. Dom Taylor has 3 fouls. He's got to be careful now too.
And John, this is an eerily similar situation that we saw at Dighton Rehoboth. So hopefully Dom can stay out of foul trouble.
An unlucky bounce or 2 there for Brody Hiles. He'll miss the 1st. Hiles will make the 2nd. Puts his point total up to 8 on the night. And Hiles will take 2 of 3 at the line. Timeout on the way. Carter Sylvia and I will take it with these 2 squads. Don't go anywhere. 3:19 left out of another timeout. Raiders look to pad their lead even further. Inbounding into a full court press. Lambert nearly threw it away. Somehow it gets to Crook. Hiles getting his hand in there as Taylor scampers back to grab it. Dom Taylor weaving and getting fouled. Hiles the culprit. Taylor will inbound. Raiders looking to go above 500 in conference and continue to build their above 500 overall record. Inching towards their 10th win of the season. Dom Taylor can't finish the dunk. And trust me, he looked like he really wanted to. Hiles all the way inside. Got tipped before it got to Susie. Keeping it in is Lambert with a toe tap. And Lambert will get it back with a rousing applause from the Raider faithful. Owen Lambert calls the timeout. Carter Sylvia and I will stay here. Carter. Somerset Berkley needs to dig deep within them here. I'm sure Chris Mendes is going to talk about it in the huddle. We saw what happened against DR. What can Somerset Berkley do to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, as it looks like right now, John, they're really tightening up on defense, not allowing that little lob pass that the Bulldogs have been doing all game. They've been closing it out, and great job there by Owen Lambert to keep that ball in balance and not cause the turnover.
And if we look at it from a Somerset Berkley perspective now, we've got a situation where Old Rochester has been pushing their way back into it. Every chance that you've been able to deal a blow, they come back with one of their own. What do you think Steve Carvalho is saying with the Raiders having this mentality with Mendes pushing?
Well, Steve Carvalho really has to push. You just have to get buckets as quick as possible, and you also got to do it clean. You also can't draw a lot of fouls either, because if you're on the defensive end getting fouls, it's going to be a long night, especially as one more foul to go, and the Raiders will be in the bonus.
That is worth noting. Good catch there, Carter. Whole building on the edge of their seats as usual. You can see the angst, everybody watching with anticipation. Lambert will be fouled by Hiles almost instantly. Third on Hiles, and Raiders in the bonus, so they'll get free throws the rest of the way. Lambert looking to start putting toppings on an ice cream sundae of victory. First one falls. Out on the Rainbow Jimmies. Both free throws down. Raiders pesky as ever defensively. Taylor for Kitchen.
Great ball movement there again. They're so focused on Dom Taylor that Braden Kitchen was wide open in the back door.
Henry Berry can't convert. Rayoon dribbled it out of bounds. Or should I say Dukran dribbled it out of bounds. And now we'll have Rayoon and Hamlet checking in. Rayoon, Hamlet, Taylor, Kitchen, and Lambert out there. So right now, Tinkham, the only senior not on the floor. I wouldn't be shocked if they get him out soon. Oliveira gets it stripped from him by Lambert.
Great job there by Owen Lambert, who's really had a positive game, even though he hasn't been on the score sheet much. His impact has been really impressive to watch.
And here comes Nick Tinkham. At least at first glance, that is the case. Kitchen will head to the bench. We're back to the all-senior 5 for the Raiders. Old Rochester will dig into their bench as well. Jordan Pumphrey among those checking in. Dylan Andrews also into the game. Nice finish there.
And a great little Kareem hook shot there by Owen Lambert. Really impressive game to watch by him today.
Taylor, another steal. Oh, and he can't get the dunk. Nearly 1 minute left. Thorell slashing outside. Long 2. Never made it to the rim. That was Bosma. Lambert threw it off of Bosma's hands. Here comes Andrews to the corner. Pumphrey will start the swing back up top. Andrews, bit strong. Kyle Hamlet keeps it in bounds for Lambert. Here comes Tinkham now. 35 seconds, Tinkham for Taylor, and now Hamlet can't finish. Raiders still up by 20 though, 71-51. Thorell will bring it down to 18. And a timeout for Steve Carvalho with 23.1 left. This will be the last time Carter Sylvia and I step aside. We'll see you in a sec when a change is made, actually. Looks like they're gonna stay out on the court. Originally there was gonna be a timeout, but just gives both teams a chance to make their full substitutions. Dom Taylor gets a round of applause as he joins the bench. Shot clock's off. Raiders can kill clock now. Tinkham has it taken from him by Andrews. Andrews has it stripped from him by Hamlet, who gets called for the foul.
What a game here by the Raiders here today. They've really just closed it out well here in this fourth quarter, and they'll be all smiles going home here today.
Another 30-point Dom Taylor effort. Couldn't have asked for much more to lead the Raiders to another big near 20-point victory as the clock will hit triple zeros and the buzzer sounds. 71-53 the final tonight. Back here on the walking track one more time. JJ and Carter Sylvia with you. And Carter, another big statement win at home here for the Raiders. They're only 1 win away now from 10 on the season.
Yeah, great job here by the Raiders here today. They really closed it out here in the fourth quarter by almost a 20-point win.
And for Old Rochester, this is a tough loss to take in conference. They're going to need to rebound in their next couple and forget about this one.
Yeah, for sure, John. And Old Rochester had the Raiders number in the first one, but the Raiders came back strong in this one, and really impressive performance all around by the Raiders players.
The Raiders get revenge tonight here at the Vet, and that will do it for us this evening. For our entire crew, including our cameraman Brian Moniz and my partner Carter Sylvia, I'm JJ Sylvia, wishing you a good rest of your night from here on the campus of Somerset Berkley Regional High School.